What's up everyone, it's Rinku, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to download Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and how to download every single mod that I've ever used and am planning on using in the future, all in this one video. I originally thought this was going to be just a video of my Let's Play the Chao Garden. I started a new season, season 2, which is pretty much going to be like a new playlist and new beginning for me, using all my other Chao and my old gardens and stuff, but kind of starting fresh with all these new mods. And I just wanted to make a tutorial on how to set all of it up, because it actually took me a while to set all this up. So just for a preview of what you're going to see in this video, I'm going to have an X360 CE tutorial, which allows you to change any gamepad you have, in my case a GameCube controller, into a Xbox 360 input, so that way it registers as a gamepad. You can use your GameCube controller for this game. I'm then going to go show you how to get Mod Manager and how to use it. And it also comes with Chao World Extended, so it'll come in that package and then you can use it from there. I'm also going to show you some other mods, like the one mod I made, and also the super mod for Super Sonic, Super Shadow, and Super Knuckles. There's also some other mods like the No Battle Intro. This one also comes with Chao World Extended, but there's also the Keep Active mod and other costume mods. That's all on Sonic Retro. There's also, of course, the Chao World Extended version 7.5. I go through all the mods and all the codes that come with that entire package. Then we then go into the NVIDIA Inspector and disable MIP maps, I think they're called, and then enable some other cool effects. And then finally, once we're in game with everything loaded, we have Reshade, which actually adds some ambient inclusion, God rays, and some shadows and some things. It makes it look really crisp, really nice. All in all, like, all of that just makes this game look so amazing. So this video is a super long video. I'm gonna have all the parts I just listed in the description and in the comment below, so you can skip between the different parts. YouTube is taking away annotations, so that's why I don't have annotations that you can click on the video. Blame YouTube, otherwise I'd make that. But yeah, so I'm gonna have a lot of parts in this. I just started recording, just started downloading all this stuff, and it slowly became just a tutorial. I just started showing everything it took to download all these mods, and it's also kind of a guide for me in the future when I'm like, don't know what to do when I have to reinstall this game. I can watch my own video and be like, oh, I need this, 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 and this, and then I just need to download them in this order and click these buttons, and there you go. It's a beautiful Sonic Adventure 2 game. You can relive your Chao nostalgia, and without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys watch this guide / episode. Alright, I just wanted to show that this is literally a fresh install, so this is literally installed from Steam, nothing else. The first step for me is to drag in X360 CE, which you can go find at x360ce.com. Simple tool, you double click it, and I'll show you this now. Alright, so this pops up and there's a warning message which you guys cannot see. It says, do you want to create this file because it was not found? So you click yes, and it will have you create another file, and you click yes. So that's 2 extra files. Once those 2 files are in, you know that it's like has all the files and is ready to work. Search automatically. Let's see. Sonic 2 app, finish. It's in that folder, that's why it's working. Next. So that's checking both port 1 and port 2, which in my case is exactly the same. And you can see on controller 1, you can see my input. So as long as you see input on the screen, it will work. That's basically the most important thing, is once you see input on the screen, everything works. Sometimes it can be finicky to get it working, but if you simply drag in the right folder and you double click it and it generates the other 2 files, it works. If it doesn't work, try deleting the files that it generates and have it generate more files. The biggest part is if it's compatible, I guess. Your extension, add-on, converter, whatever you're using to use a controller may not be compatible with this, but I'm pretty sure this converts almost all inputs into a 360 input, which is perfect because 360 controllers are supported on pretty much everything on Microsoft pretty much. So that is the first step for me for a Sonic 2 Adventure install. Alright, so the next step, one of the most important steps to use any mod at all, is to go to Sonic Retro and get Mod Manager for Sonic Adventure 2. So I'm just going to drag in all those files. You'll see they just appeared. Everything that's highlighted was just from Sonic Adventure 2 Mod Manager. And this is the launcher. You're going to want to launch the game from now on from this purple launcher forever. That's what I have on my taskbar actually, is this giant purple launcher. So once you configure everything, let's see if we need to configure everything. Let's just try it. This opens. Cool, it even shows you on the screen because I had window capture. So it shows any window that opens, which is good. You can see that I have no mods. Normally you would have a mod and you would click install loader and it would install all those mods. You'd click save and then also save and play to test it. So let's just see if this works. And it works. Let me just move the screen. Let me show you guys. Can I even show you? There we go. And get rid of that. So this is brand new Sonic Adventure. And the controller does not work because we did not put in that game option. And I think we can change some of the resolution options actually. So 1 second. Alright, so back again, and I'm kind of glad I'm making a video on this so I can answer you guys' questions in the video hopefully. So if you guys have the same problem as me, you have to go in the config and on the keyboard settings and you'll get this. And for some reason you have to change this one value to 1. So this changes, I think it forces it to use a gamepad instead of the keyboard. Because basically I was trying to open the launcher and I couldn't figure out how to change it to gamepad, and I knew there was a way to change it. But yeah, luckily, Chao Buster is always on his game and can help me out whenever. So he solved that problem for me, and hopefully that solves it for a lot of you trying to do the same thing. So if you're using any kind of controller that can translate to 360 using this program, then that's how you would do it, and now it should work. Hopefully. I'm just not even going to use the mod manager, just going to open the game regularly. But you guys should be able to hear it. Boom. It started. So in the next part, we'll be adding some more stuff. Alright, so now that the game actually works and my controller actually works, so I can actually go into the game and test things, it's finally time to only launch the game through SA2 mod manager. So if we open this, you'll see I have the menu. But basically there's nothing here. There's nothing on this menu because we don't have any mods yet, but normally you would install the loader, you would save it, everything's saved, you can go about whatever you want to do, you can play it, and if you open this at any time, it'll open this folder right here. So going into this folder, we're now going to go over all the mods that I plan on adding for basically the series and going on, and maybe we can even get more mods or at least update them as they come along. So I do have a backup of all the mods I had before I reset everything. So basically going off all the mods I had before, I have a list of mods to add. So basically the first two I'm actually going to provide download links in the description. I'll provide links to all of everything, but these two links are from me personally. The first one is RinkuTalks. This was my first texture pack. I pretty much photoshopped all the textures I could find that just looked awesome together. So basically I didn't create anything in this texture pack other than the photoshopping afterwards. So I added a bunch of things from a bunch of different textures together, and I really like it. It's what I've been making most of my videos off of, so I'm just going to put that in there. And all the mod is textures, and I may or may not disable it depending on if other mods work with it, or if I definitely want to try other textures as well. So I'll definitely be turning this on and off for sure. It just depends on the moment, but it's a good default to go to for me. The next mod is Sonic Adventure 2 Super Edition Volume 1. Now I just want to say this is not my mod. I did not create it. I have no idea who actually created it. I found this on like some Spanish website. It was entirely in Spanish. I have no idea what it was about, and I cannot find the website, so I honestly cannot provide the same link that I had to get it. I'm sorry. If anyone knows where this is, feel free to link it down below, but until then, I will offer you guys the download link of my own to this. But basically, I believe this is just a texture for the characters in game. It changes Sonic, I believe Shadow and Knuckles to their super form. So Knuckles is kind of like a pink and he kind of floats, and I think Sonic and Shadow float as well. So I think that's all that the mod adds. We'll have to see later if I'm right or wrong. Honestly, it's been so long since I've played. But that's why we're doing this. We gotta start new, add all this stuff into it. So those are the first two mods. Now, the next few mods, I have links to the download, so they're definitely on the internet and you can definitely get them. The first most important one is Keep Active. It's linked on a Sonic Retro forum, and it's a guide. So I'll just show you guys where all these links are on the website. But Keep Active basically makes it so if you click anywhere else on your screen, you can still play the game and it's still running. So that way if you click and you play something else, your Chao is still like eating, leveling up, swimming, having fun. Pretty much like it's the way to multitask and to AFK in the Chao Garden, so it's extremely useful. The next one is No Battle. Now this one is also found on the Sonic Retro forum. This is just under the mods they have on their main website, and basically it replaces the intro to Sonic Adventure to the original intro, and I believe it stops some crashing and maybe makes the FPS better. Basically I think it stops crashing in certain scenarios. So it may be useful to have if you're prone to crashing, and I honestly crash my game a lot, even though I'm doing a lot on my computer, and it seems to always end up working somehow. but I have that just in case, and also because it's pretty cool having a different intro to a game that I've played so much. So definitely very cool to have. Now let's see what else we have. So the last one I almost forgot is Halloween models. So this one can also be found on Sonic Retro, and basically this has all the models from the Halloween event from in-game. I'm not sure how this was activated or when it was in effect. Basically you can't really get it now, I don't think, just by unlocking it, but there is mod for it. This is basically from the original game, and I only have Rouge's outfit. That's the only one I have. So make sure you guys aren't like equipping multiple mods with multiple different outfits. For example, this one's Sonic, Shadow, and Knuckles. So if any of those characters were in your Halloween model, I think it would mess up if you had them both loaded. But I have them specifically just for Rouge's outfit, and I don't have like a good outfit for Tails or Eggman. So like that's basically all the outfits I have. I've seen the Christmas ones and the Halloween ones and the original ones that were like, I don't even know, I think it was like the Dreamcast ones or something like that. Cool mods, but these are my favorite mods to go with, so that's basically all I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna use my YouTube garden, which was the garden I had in YouTube. I'll probably be storing all the Chao somewhere else and starting my series with nothing, but I want all the toys in the garden to still be there, so I'm gonna put that in there and see how that works out. And I believe I'm also gonna move I don't know, does it have my... It only has that one save data. I think I need the other save for all the emblems. We'll have to see. But so far we're looking good. So we have everything except for Chao World Extended, which is the most important part, and any other mod that Darky Benji would require. So I'm going to go figure that all out, but this is pretty much everything else that we have to go with. So one last thing I want to show you guys where to get these mods if you're on the website. So here's the no battle mod. This changes the intro. It removes the battle branding from the game, basically the intro to the game to where it used to be before battle was added, of course. So Sonic Adventure 2 battle. Also, here are all the models. The Halloween models, if you get this mod, like I said, if you want it exactly like mine, you would delete the models, all the files in there that don't say Rouge, and you would keep Rouge only. But if you want all the Halloween models, by all means, go get it. There's also Christmas models, Dreamcast costumes, like I said, costumes and models. I'm not sure what the difference is, honestly. Alternate character costumes and character models. So it like matches the costumes, I guess. The models are probably like more ancient, so could be interesting to play with, but I'm not going to touch those right now. I think I've tried them all in the past, trust me. I'm pretty sure I've downloaded like every single mod, so that's what I'm going with. And also for the specifically Keep Active mod, you can see this has a lot of like intricate stuff here, and it goes on installation usage. There's a lot of usages. This is some old thing and it's on its own, and it has command line arguments. Like, this is beyond my territory, but I just want to show you where I got the mod. It's also available in mod form right here. So this is one of the I guess command lines that you can type in for this whole thing, Battle Network. But I know nothing about that. I'm just here for the mod. So available in mod form. You just click it and it downloads. So those are where I got all my mods. And now we go on to Chao World Extended. Alright, so it's finally time. I moved the last mod in, which is Chao World Extended, and this is much more than a mod. This is what makes the entire package. So it actually comes with a lot more than I thought it did. It comes with actually Sonic Adventure 2 Mod Manager, the entire Mod Manager part, the thing I have here, so you don't even need to download it from the website. You can just get it straight from the download package, and it even comes with the No Battle mod, just to reduce that crashing, I'm assuming. So it comes with both those things, as well as the Chao World Extended mod, and a few other things like the Chao Alternate Mouth, the Day-Night Cycle, the HD Chao texture. Like, these are huge, amazing things. And for some reason it's so laggy when I click something, it actually literally lags. We'll have to see if that affects anything, but I don't think it will, so you can see how slow it is. But I have all my other stuff. I actually disabled my Rinku textures. I'm using the No Battle mod that I got from the battle pack. I am using my garden though, the YouTube garden, so I have all my Chao in there. And it even comes with my stuff, so you can put your own mods in your own folder. That's why that's there. It's completely empty. So I'm not going to be playing 2-player anytime soon. I don't need the Dreamcast skin. That just makes all the cocoons white. And I'll be going over all the codes that I'm going to be using. So I just want to say one more time, this is a huge mod set. Please go download Chao World Extended. It is the best thing to ever happen to Chao. There's tons of stuff here. Tons of stuff. And it's constantly being updated. People are constantly adding stuff to this. So let's, I guess, now dissect all of these codes and finally test the game. Alright, so just going into this, every single code here is actually listed on the website with a description of what it does. So I'm not going to be the best person to describe all these. I'm just going to go over what I'm using mostly and some of the reasons why I'm not using certain things. And this is my setup that I'm going to use for pretty much all the videos going forward. So it's kind of important that I show you guys what I have set, so that way if anyone asks in the future what are my settings, what codes am I using, I can just point them to this direction, because I do not plan on changing this. And if I change anything, if you guys suggest a code that I should turn on or off, let me know, and if I do, I'll post it in the video. So I'll keep track of updates on that and just post them in the video and show you guys if I change anything, but most likely it'll be me referring to this video. Usually I only change these codes when I'm doing huge changes like I am today. But if they ever like release another version of this, then obviously things are going to change and I'll make a new video on that. But yeah, let's just go into it. So Chao World Extended, this needs to be enabled. All stages appear, we don't need all the stages to appear. Disable music, obviously we don't want to disable music. So there's a lot of things that just we don't need. So that's why I'm not going to go over all the things I don't have checked. I'm just going to go over the ones I do. So Chaos Chao and Character Chao are like normal Chao. I believe this means that they can have animal parts, and it's really good all around. It doesn't say beta, so I guess it works like it's intended, which is very awesome. We'll definitely play around with that. Transforms Shiny Jewel Chao, PC Chao to Shiny Jewel GameCube Chao. So it kinda, because it doesn't actually do that, but it replaces the color to a transparent color that's almost identical to the one in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on for GameCube. It's just not the exact same thing. He's just rerouting the color to a color that they have available, but it's not the exact same colors, I don't think. I think there's some differences. We also have Unlock Mega or Monster Evolution at past 2000. Of course we need this. We're going to actually legit get Chao above Monster Evolution in my new series. We're just going to be doing every single code that we can possibly do. So, Fruits Can Spoil, this is advanced, but it's almost going into hard stuff here. We don't need, like, there's a lot of mods that change Chao eyes in certain conditions, and I have some that will add different Chao eyes, like, more, but I won't have any that change the Chao eyes, because we're going to have so many Chao eyes and so many different Hero and Dark Chao. I don't really favor one over the other, so there's a lot that I haven't enabled as far as Chao eyes go. And Pacifier, this is actually interesting. I believe the Pacifier hat, the mod, makes it so that way the Chao, a baby Chao is completely baby-ized. I don't know what I was going with that, but permanently a baby until it gets 20 stamina or 10 in all stats. So some of these mods I might turn on and off, but if I do turn on and off it in the video, I'll show you what mod it is and why. So there's probably going to be more of that, of mods that I may want to turn on in the future that I don't have enabled right now, but there's so many mods, so I'm just going to keep going. Fruits Can Spoil. I believe they can randomly spoil after a while right before disappearing, and they give a random amount of stats. They might make, I don't know if they make your Chao sick, or if they're just random stats, or like what it actually does, but he says he can't even edit what it does, so we'll have to definitely see how that works. And also, so I just want to go over, the main change I'm doing is I enabled every single hard code. Before, I don't think I had a single one, so I'm literally playing Sonic Adventure 2 The Chao Garden hard mode. So they're a bully Chao. If Chao are angry, they will bully other Chao, but Hero Chao or like friendly Chao will protect other Chao, so that's cool. So they have a chance. It's not only bullying, it's kind of fair. But this one's straight up hard. Chao can drown. Well, shit. So we have to make sure Chao can swim. Every single Chao that's going to go into our garden now, we have to make sure it can at least swim around. Enable Spin Dash and Somersault. Honestly, I was not going to check this, but we have to check every single hard if we're going to do a full hard mode. So, unfortunately, I just checked it because why not? I wanted to be able to say I was doing all the hard codes, so there we go. Hunger is difficult. We definitely have to feed our Chao. Since we need to get our stamina up in most of our Chao, it shouldn't be difficult, but I'm used to just leaving my garden overnight. I'm not going to be able to do this. Like I said, I'm going to go fully committed on this. I'm just going to have every single hard code enabled. We can always do another garden with different presets, but like I don't know if we can like load different presets. I don't know if I'd have to check every one of these individually. I'll probably just stick with the hard mode for a long time, just to mix it up, you know, just to make it more challenging. We also have Chao Attention. I believe this means like, I can't even remember off the top of my head what exactly this one is, but I think it's about their personality. If their personality is happy, or if you're not giving them attention, they slowly lose happiness. So you have to constantly be giving all your Chao attention. I think that's what it is. More sick Chao. Chao gets sick easier. So these are just all things I have to be aware of. All these things. And of course I didn't want to enable any single easy thing at all. It just, we don't need peaceful or easy codes if we're doing full hard modes. That's why I didn't do that. We have a Chao counter, so if we pause the game we can see how many Chao we have. Now here's some cool codes. The lucky Chao, you have, I think that's a 1 in 60 chance of getting a random item or even a lesson learned. If they can learn like a class lesson on being born, that's pretty cool. I just enabled it. It's a lucky Chao. It's a 1 in 60 chance, I believe. So why not just add that luck into our video series? So moving along, we have the bonus load 16 Chao in Hero and Dark Garden. I think this is a little bit different. I think the Hero and Dark Garden share the Chao. I'm not entirely sure if that's how it was in my last series, because this model is still being tested. And it also has this one, disable 8 Chao per garden, so I think you can put more in the normal garden, but this one's on beta. I don't think I need both. I think it's just one or the other. So I'm going to use the top one, and so that way all my Chao in the Hero and Dark Garden will appear in both the Hero and the Dark Garden. Whichever one I go to, I'll see the same Chao, and I can have up to 16, I believe. So as long as that works, that's what I'm going to do. If, like I said, if anything else, I'll tell you guys. Enable alt character. This is extremely awesome code. You hold RL and you can choose the alternate character in the Chao Garden that you would normally play in multiplayer. So like Chaos Zero, that's how I play as him, or Tycho, or any of those other characters. Very cool stuff. Bring back the unused toy. Requires more action. This is the pacifier, I think. Another pacifier mod. Let's see. Or no. This is not the pacifier. This is the really cool. It adds a piano and I think. Oh, I can't even remember. It brings the piano and the organ, that's what it was. And it also brings rattles to the Hero and Dark Garden. So it's like extra items for your gardens. It's extremely awesome. I cannot wait to see this in real game, especially for a Chao to play with it. It's going to be so fucking awesome. Alright, so we also have some controller abilities. We can use the better camera control and also use the D-pad to change items in the black marketplace. I use these all the time on my controller, so very cool stuff. The D-pad gives me better angles and allows you to like view the game far away, so it's very, very awesome. We also have more and random Chao faces. Goes along with the lucky code up there. It just adds variety. That's why I have it. So I don't have a lot of the breeding aspects, because most of the breeding aspects in the extra medals are stuff that you can already breed and get medals from. So I only try to enable the mods that add breeding or medals if they're new breeds or new medals, etc. So that's why I added that one for I think it was shiny Jewel Chao. That is why I have that one, but I don't have any of the other ones like make Jewel Chao, because we can already like get Jewel Chao. We can already get all the colors you'd get from mixing colors. So most of that stuff I don't have enabled just because we can get it by normal means. I'm enabling all the stuff that just adds variety, adds challenge, all that stuff. Alright, so going down, we have a lot more detail. So random alignment for Chaobot and Chao race. So the Chao races have different Chaos and they're different alignments. Very cool stuff. Chao have better personality. They have different personalities depending on what kind of Chao they are. That is amazing. Dr. Chao give information. There's actually a whole spreadsheet of information he's added depending on what stats your Chao has. It's just, all this stuff is incredible. I cannot wait to show you guys in game. More Chao animation. This is actually just, it's been shown off. It's been very cool. There's GIFs of the new animations. Probably one of the best codes here, honestly. More Chao action and more Chao sound. This all kind of goes along with the animation. I'm not too sure what each one entails, but I cannot wait to find out. And finally, we have the time and weather cycle. I did not have this in my other one because I was using my own textures, and it also didn't really work with the 16 Chao in a garden. I'm not sure. It might work this time. I'm assuming it would. So assuming these things work, I am going to try it out and do it again. The only time I tried this was right when it came out, and it had some interesting bugs. So hopefully if it just works, it works. And it adds time. It looks like it adds time to like not only the gardens, but the entrance, race, and karate. That's crazy. And you can actually choose to set any of these locations to be permanently one of the cycles. And I believe you can change the cycles with different graphics, so you can change your own and all that stuff. I'll have to look at all this, but those are all the codes I've like using. That was like what, 5 minutes of going through all the codes. So that's all the mods, all the codes. We just literally reinstalled this game from nothing. I also have the mod to use my controller, and I think we're good. One last thing is we have borderless window, and also I think this has it all. I'm not sure if pause when inactive. I think it means that I don't even need the keep active, the run in background. I'm not sure if I even need this because it might even be pre-packaged in to all this stuff. So Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't need this. I'll have to do some testing later, because it does say pause when inactive, so that's like kind of saying it's already doing the opposite. I'm not sure, but borderless window is definitely the way to go. So you're gonna want to, if you've already installed, uninstall it and then reinstall it with all this stuff enabled. Definitely save it, and make sure it doesn't like flash and disappear like that. And make sure Chao World Extended is at the very top, and you can see version 7.5. So if there's ever a new version, hopefully I can make a video on it and show what it adds and show it off. But I think we're finally ready to play this game. Now, you guys aren't going to see it if I click play, so I do have to cut right here. But let's see if I can show you guys in-game footage of all this going together. And I just want to point out that I do have to unenable this because I want it to be a window, because my screen actually shows at 144 Hz and this game only plays at a normal 60 Hz rate. So I actually have to move the window over partly, so just part of the window is touching my other monitor, so it goes at a normal frame rate. So I literally have to disable this and play. But that is it. That was all I had to do to fix it, and now I can, because I just wanted to make that point, because if you have a different frame rate on your monitor, you have a gaming monitor, it will play at a really fast rate, and your options are either changing that monitor slower or having a monitor that's already going slower and just drag the window partly wise, I guess. I'm sure you can edit the game to go whatever frame rate, etc., but it's kind of annoying having a number 144 frame rate, so... Alright, back to the screen, because I just want to point out that your save file for your Sonic Adventure 2 battle, there's two different save files. There's one for the Chao Garden and there's one for the emblems, and all the emblems is what unlocks the stages in your story progress. You go into the resource folder, the GD PC folder, the save data folder, and this is that. This is the Sonic Adventure 2 file, which has your emblems. I'm actually just going to put in a file which you can easily like Google search and find on the internet, and it basically has all the emblems, that way you can play all the levels. You can get all of the eggs from the black marketplace, but of course if you want to play the game yourself, feel free to do that. I'm just so bad, I would never be able to get all the colors of the Chao without this file, so just want to mention that I have to do that, and I'm going to put that in there because I'm only interested in playing in the Chao Garden. Alright everyone, we're almost there. So I have the save file, we have all the mods, we have all the codes, we have everything else we need, we have the controller mod to play our controller. Now, the last thing, for specifically graphics, there are two things you can do. The first thing is the NVIDIA settings. There's a whole forum in a guide on how to do it. I have already done it for my graphics card. It's through NVIDIA control panel, and it basically has settings for this game. I believe it's already enabled from default, even from last time. I'll have to double check. The other thing is reshade, and reshade, we already set it up earlier. I did the entire install process earlier, so I'm going to pretty much copy what I did earlier and go in game and show you guys what I did, and explain that in a second. So I have I only have one thing to do, but I wanted to explain that second thing. So these are both affect the graphics, and this is once the game works and once you can go in this. So assuming we can just go in it, it's super fast again because there we go, now it's normal speed. Because of the monitor thing, it's playing on two different monitors. One monitor goes super fast, one goes super slow. We can hold Z, I believe, and this should work. Chao World Extended, it even says that. That's awesome. And there's my second character. We're in the garden. And here are my Chao and good old garden. It just... This is so amazing. I love this. So yeah, this is the Chao world. We're finally here. This is the hard mode, so we gotta get out of here. There's the Chao counter. You can see how many Chao you have. So everything's working. But I definitely need to go get reshade. So I'm gonna go do that. Alright, so we have more stuff. I'm gonna just do the NVIDIA thing because I actually did not have it enabled. So I actually have to do the entire thing myself. So I have the guide right here, and I have all of this. If I can just click this and show it to myself. So if you click this button right here, it actually brings up the second menu and bring that up, and this is what we're going to deal with. So basically this is my profile, I'm assuming, and it's just the global profile. It's not the one that I actually thought I had made for Sonic Adventure, so at some point I guess it got reset. So I guess I'm just going to do this whole thing. So I'm going to click here. I'm literally following the guide, which I'm going to link in the description. It's a really hard to find link, but it's on Chao Island, and it's on by Darky Benji, and it still works, so there we go. So we're gonna name this SA2B, of course. And now we have that. And next we're gonna click the house icon I guess, and click it. I don't know what that did. Back to global. No, I guess that's just how you select it. So in case you're in the future you want to figure that out, I'm just trying to like piece together this guide and everything while I'm making a video. So next we're gonna copy this ambient occlusion, if I can find it, compatibility. We're going to do where is it? Alright, so this disables mipmaps and enables ambient occlusion. So I'm just going to give you the entire settings. These are all the settings he had enabled, just literally copy pasted onto this. So you're going to want Fable Lost Chapters. It was on like right below the first page. Just slightly scroll down. I don't know why I couldn't find it. And any value that's like dark black is ones I've changed. So we have, these are ones he doesn't even mention, but he has it in the screenshot of settings he has. Anti-aliasing, probably very good. So override any application setting. All these things may be too much if you have not the best graphics card, but I think mine can handle everything, so we'll just have to see. We have super sampling on the transparency, super sampling, anti-aliasing, just the setting. There's tons of settings on this one, but yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. Basically just copy this, see if it works. Don't look at the guide, do like part 1, part 2, and then do all of it. Don't just like jump into this. But we also have more settings, so just these 2 down here, these 3 up here, and then ambient occlusion, high quality. This is the main one that's going to eat up your graphics card. You can do quality or performance, but I have it at high quality and enabled, of course, and that's it. So if you have all those things, you have it under your own profile. You click apply changes, make sure you click apply, and that's it. So I now have a setting for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. So now, I don't know why it's showing 2 of these, but now we get to go into reshade. Alright, so now it's time for reshade. Now, what you guys are seeing on screen is not actually what it looks like on my screen. I don't know why it just looks so weird. It's got black instead of white. It just looks really clean on my screen, but I guess it was not made to like be window captured. So we're gonna select the game. We're gonna go into our folder, the folder you see on screen here. We're gonna select Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic 2 app. It's right here on your screen. I'm gonna click it right here on mine. Click open. It's gonna select that. You're gonna get some stuff pop in there. Installing to Sonic 2 app. Now you're going to want to click Direct 3D 9. It's the first option of the 3. It may change in the future, but Direct 9 is the one you want to do. And once you click it, it'll immediately ask you if you want to download a collection of standard effects from GitHub. I believe you have to click yes. We were trying to get it to work without this to get it like manually, but they probably have changed it since the person that was trying to help me was doing that. So we're going to click yes, and this is how I got it to work for me. So it automatically selects all these things. Like tons of things. You guys can't really see this on the screen right now, but yeah, there's tons of effects. We're gonna uncheck them all, and the only 2 I actually want is Bloom and MXAO in all caps, MXAO.fx. So the MXAO is kind of gives you like the undershadow and things you guys will see, but we're gonna test these, turning them on and off in game as well to see what the new settings. So we're going to do those 2 only. We're going to play around with those 2. Maybe some of the other effects are good. I don't know. We could probably try around with all of them, but these are the 2 main things. So once it succeeds, you can just close out of that, and you'll have the option to turn them on and off and edit the settings of all the reshade stuff in game. So we can actually go in game and see all of this. With that, I think we can finally start up the game. Alright, so before anything else, let's go see what has changed. I have not done anything with the reshade yet, so let's just go in the stage select, go to the garden. Let's do that. You guys will see in a second. Yep, alright. Go into the first garden. Let's look at our Chao. I'm not getting used to that like up and down thing. That's one of the camera options that's new to me. So that is our Chao, that is what they look like right now. Let's see if we can get this Chao over here. Alright, so that is a comparison of what they look like now. Honestly, I'm not sure how much that NVIDIA changed. I'm not sure if it's... I'm not sure. We'll have to see. So, I'll have to look at this video and look in comparison. I've been making so many edits and so many things, I have not honestly paid attention. But we are going to add the reshades now. So, We're gonna pause this. Shift F2 is what it's normally set to. Shift F2, there we go. This is the tutorial. So again, I'm setting all this up from scratch, even though this is a few hours ago, because I want to showcase everything that you have to do to make this game work. So this is the tutorial. You make a new setting. We're gonna name this Chao. Enter. These are the two settings we can have off the bat, and you can see that's when they're enabled. So this is like the bloom is what adds the shine back there. Very cool stuff. But this is what gives everything so much detail. This is such a good thing. So we're gonna enable both of these. There's also an ambient light if you want to everything to be brighter, but I didn't see it being a good thing. I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't. I kind of want like everything to be darker with the ambient, the bloom and lens flare to like make everything shiny. I don't think I need to make everything brighter as well. But you can edit all these things. We're just gonna finish for now, and you can see both of these have tons of options. So we can go to this, we can look at all their values, and we can go to this and look at all their values. This is default set to 0.8 and 0.8. We'll have to see because it's actually quite shiny at 0.8. I think I had 0.6 of the intensity of bloom when I was first started this video, and now it's 0.8. And also to look at this. So really quickly, let's look at the game, and then I'll look into changing some of these settings. You can see even my character glows. That's just crazy. Everything has so much detail now. You can even move your camera like out here. Honestly, this is the way to play. Like, come on. So this is our shiny Chao. Let's see how shiny he is. You know, he's not that shiny. Oh, he's kind of shiny. So I believe I'm using completely different settings than earlier. I'm not sure though. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to play with all the settings. But so far what we have here is pretty cool looking. So we're almost done. I guess I'm going to go look at the settings behind the scenes. And then I'm thinking I'm going to take all the Chao out and just start completely fresh, start my new series, get like 1 or 2 Chao and just work on them with the hard mode and go from there. But yeah, let's look at the reshade effects. I'm going to edit this for a few minutes here. Alright, so I just want to do a quick update. I was comparing with my old file that I had earlier. The bloom.fx is pretty much what I had default. It's just everything default. 0.8. I had this 0.7 because some Chao are a little bit more shiny, but I think with the second mod they're no longer as shinies. I don't think it matters. If Chao are too shiny for you, make this value less. If you just want overload of shininess, you can make it more. I want to see my Chao though. There's a certain amount of shininess where you just can't see your Chao anymore if they're too close. So bloom is just good. Now this one I did make some changes to. When I first loaded it, they had like multiple shadows, like a shadow here, a shadow here, and a shadow here. So to get rid of that, I got the sample radius. It was set to 2.5. I changed it to 1. So there's some other changes. Dither size, I think this was default to 2. I made it 5. It makes some of the shadows more like, it just dithers it. I guess it takes away, it kind of like blurs it in a way, but it's not blur. And the blur, it actually, when it actually does blur, it kind of takes away from the shadow, whereas this one doesn't take away, it just kind of like blends it in. So for the blur steps, I made it to 1, because the more this has, the less kind of darkness the actual shadow actually has. I guess if it's a shadow, like, I don't know what it is. I guess they are technically shadows. So that's that. And I also enabled smooth normals. I turned this on. It just looks better with it on. You can see what shadows actually look like when you turn this on. You can see this mod pretty much adds all this black texture everywhere. So you can test to see how they actually look, if it's on or off. And then you can test in game as well. You can turn them on and off, and it updates the game literally instantly. So if you guys think you have better options or want to show me how I can update this, make it even look better, or add more of these, or just anything in general, let me know, and I can definitely add on this. But this is like literally me downloading the entire game, modding the hell out of it, and now finally I think we're done. We can literally play this game in peace. I should probably get some textures instead of just playing on the default garden textures, but I want to see this day and night cycle as well. So you can close that. When you load up the game, the reshade will have like a gray bar that loads up here, and it will make the loading screen a little bit longer, but that's okay. And finally, we're back. I love how my character is just glowing. But yeah, I'm so happy to be back. Here's all my Chao. Super hard mode, and I will see you guys next time. I think that's it. If there's anything else I can add in the next few days while I'm editing this video, I will. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I helped you guys, and I cannot wait to play this game again with all these crazy new mods. One last thing I want to point out is one major focus I actually do want to do is the newer challenge race. I don't think I talked much about it earlier, but this is the new challenge race, and basically all the challenge races in the game, I think there's what, 12 races. There's 3 rows of 4 or 4 rows of 3, something like that. So there's a lot of challenge races. We've done them all in the past series. We did all the challenge races, we did all the races in general, but this replaces every single challenge race with a much harder challenge race. And basically the easiest newer challenge race is the same difficulty as the hardest previous challenge race. So the challenge race that we just did against the Chaos Chao, the very last one, is basically the difficulty of the very first race in this, and there's many more races in this newer challenge race. So like, I think that means there's going to be 12 new challenges, and they're all increasingly harder, and the description for every single challenge is actually on the website for Chao Garden or Chao World Extended. So all of it's documented. We'll have to challenge them one at a time and just see, but we definitely need to raise up new Chao and have some new Chao go at it. So it's going to take me a while before I can actually start this new challenge race, but we'll definitely have to see like how challenging it really is. So I'm not going to enable it right away because we may still want to do some of the challenge races to get a warm-up. We got to at least beat it again on whatever Chao's going to do this, and then we'll enable it later when the time comes. So just honorable mention to that one mod, and with that, that is the full install for this game. If you guys want to install that, feel free. If not, then don't. One more honorable mention is the Fusion's Chao editor. I definitely forgot to mention this because I already have it installed. Once you install it on your computer, that's it. So you don't need to do it when you reinstall the game, of course, but this is an extremely useful tool. You can edit every single one of your Chao, and this is what I'm going to use to import and export the Chao. So all the Chao in the garden have a file. When I go in the garden, you'll see all the Chao pop up pretty much, and I can export the file, and it will literally save the file of that Chao, and I can put it anywhere else I want. So all the Chao in my previous videos have been saved on a file, and that's what's going to allow me to like start a new file. I can keep that garden and have them all in the same garden if I want to, or I could just swap them out one file at a time. As long as I always have the current file, the newest file, then I will be good. Hopefully it won't be that hard to keep track of, and I won't be doing it all the time. I won't be swapping them out like every single episode, but it's extremely useful when you're trying to have like save storage. So you can have all these slots, of course, and yeah, all these options open up when you actually go into your garden. That's why it's all like default. But yeah, huge shout out to Fusion's Chao editor. That's one last thing I forgot. And with that, I think I've covered every single tool I've ever used for this game. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there's more, but yeah, that is it.